Michael, what is today's audio?
Let's talk about PCM and DSD today.
What are PCM and DSD?
Both PCM and DSD are methods of digitizing analog signals.
There is more than one digital method.
Yes, there is. Recently, Bluesound's equipment seems to support DSD. So I thought I would take this opportunity to talk about PCM and DSD.
That's interesting, and Master would like to know about PCM and DSD, too, right?
Yes, I want to know.
In the world of digital audio, technologies for converting audio signals into digital data for recording and playback are widely used. The two most common methods are PCM, pulse code modulation, and DSD, direct stream digital. Both of these technologies digitize analog audio, but their methods are fundamentally different. Let's talk about each, comparing their technical principles, sound quality characteristics, and fields of use.
I don't want to make this too difficult, so let's make it simple.
Let's start with the principle of PCM. PCM is a method of dividing an analog signal into fixed time intervals and recording the amplitude of the sound at that point as a numerical value. Dividing a time interval is called sampling, and quantizing the amplitude into a numerical value is called quantization. This method is used in most digital music formats, including CD, WAV, and FLAC. In PCM, the time axis is divided at regular intervals. For example, 44,100 times per second for 44.1 kHz, and the volume of sound at that moment is recorded in bits, 16-bit or 24-bit. A 16-bit recording has 65,536 steps, and a 24-bit recording has 16,777,216 steps.
24 bits is a great number.
The higher the bit number, the wider the dynamic range of sound intensity, and the higher the sampling frequency, the more time-accurate information can be recorded. The CD standard, 44.1 kHz, 16-bit, covers the human audible range, 20 Hz to 20 kHz, and can provide a dynamic range of about 96 dB. PCM is easy to edit and process because the data is arranged in an orderly fashion on the time axis. It also works well with compression technology, making it suitable for streaming and digital distribution.
If the sound quality is good and processing is easy, PCM seems sufficient.
Exactly, but audio lovers want even better sound. Next, the principle of DSD. DSD differs from PCM in that it records audio signals at a 1-bit and extremely high sampling frequency, say 2.8 MHz. DSD uses a special method called delta sigma modulation. This method tracks the amount of change in the audio signal and records the data in a simple 1-bit format, while ensuring sound quality by using a very high sampling frequency.
PCM is 16 or 24 bits, but DSD is only 1 bit.
Of course it is fine. PCM records the sampled signal in 65,536 steps for 16-bit. This way of thinking does not understand DSD, which records at 1 bit. So I will explain delta sigma modulation. Delta sigma modulation is characterized by a constant response to change, such as 1 when the sampled signal is larger and 0 when it is smaller. For 2.8 MHz, 1 second is divided into 28,000 times and recorded as 1 when it is stronger than the signal in front of it and 0 when it is weaker. For a 44.1 kHz CD source PCM, this is once every 0.05 milliseconds, and for 2.8 MHz DSD, once every 0.0003543 milliseconds. So DSD has by far the finer time axis.
I understand that DSD is finer on the time axis, but how can a sound be expressed in two 1-bit steps?
Compared to PCM's 16-bit and 24-bit, DSD's 1-bit seems unreliable. However, DSD can also reproduce analog waveforms. In DSD, the digital signal becomes dense when the signal level increases and sparse when the signal level decreases. The analog signal is generated through a circuit that converts this sparse, dense signal back to analog.
I see.
The sampling rate of DSD is 64 times higher than that of CD. DSD 64, 2.8224 MHz. DSD 128, 5.6448 MHz. DSD 256, 11.2896 MHz. And DSD 512, 22.5792 MHz. The higher the DSD format, the lower the noise floor and the more delicate the expression.
I see. Which has better sound quality, PCM or DSD?
PCM sound quality tends to have clear sound contours and excellent localization. In particular, it has high resolution in the mid and high frequencies, making it suitable for reproducing the detailed nuances of musical instruments and voices. In the field of music production, such as mixing and mastering, PCM is the mainstream because of its ability to be finely tuned. DSD is often described as smooth and analog-like in sound quality and tends to naturally reproduce the lingering sound and atmosphere. It is said to be particularly suited to genres such as classical music and jazz, where natural sound field expression is important. However, this is only a trend, and the perception will vary depending on the playback environment and mastering method.
Which is more widespread, PCM or DSD?
PCM will be the most popular by far in 2025. DSD is used by some audiophiles and professionals in recording, but overall it is a minor format. The reasons for PCM's overwhelming popularity are 1. Adoption as a standard format. Almost all common digital sound sources such as CD, DVD, Blu-ray, broadcast, and streaming are PCM-based. All common audiophile formats such as FLAC, WAV, YLAC, AAC, MP3, etc. are based on the PCM format. 2. Easy editing and processing. PCM is easy to edit, mix, and master with music production software. Most processes from music production to distribution are structured based on PCM. 3. Wide range of compatible devices and playback environments. Almost all smartphones, PCs, streaming devices, car audio equipment, etc. are compatible with PCM. DSD, on the other hand, is active in limited applications. As a high-quality sound format, SACD and DSD files, it is used by some audiophiles and in classical, jazz, and other recording fields. There is also a pattern of converting to PCM after recording, editing, and finally converting back to DSD again. DSD is mainly sold by downloading on specialized websites. It is rarely used for streaming or general sales.
Are there any companies offering DSD sound sources through subscriber services?
Qobuz has DSD sound sources, but they are offered as downloads. It does not appear to be streaming.
Has Michael ever listened to DSD sound sources?
I have used Qobuz, but I have not listened to DSD sources. When I used to have a SACD player, I did listen to DSD files, but I didn't think they were particularly good. Well, maybe I just didn't have the equipment to take advantage of the DSD quality.
So that's how it is.
If you are an audiophile and want to be particular, why don't you try DSD? I guess that's about it. In summary, PCM and DSD digitize analog signals in different ways. PCM is by far the most widespread and easier to handle, but DSD has the potential for higher sound quality than PCM.
Michael, do you want to listen to DSD sound sources?
I think PCM is good enough, and I think 96 kHz, 24-bit PCM would be a very high-quality sound.
Yes, PCM is also high-quality sound. Master, have you learned about PCM and DSD?
Yes, I learned.